Good morning, I'm Kaiseen Robinson.
And I'm Kareem Clark.
And this is Tech Edition.
We have several amazing video projects produced by the senior media students to highlight during this show.
The first project that we're going to showcase is by Denning Wilt and myself. We're interviewing Mr. Bronchek about the upcoming boys basketball season. The boys hoop team is now practicing and getting ready for our first game, which is on the road November 24th against South Jefferson.
It's going to be a good game.
I know.
Yeah. Here's Mr. Bronchek giving us an outlook for the upcoming season.
I'm Coach Bronchek. I am the varsity boys basketball coach at the Institute of Technology at Syracuse Central. Right now it's very difficult being a small school. A lot of my athletes right now are playing football. Also our gym isn't finished, so that's a huge hurdle to overcome. We're looking to possibly get Dr. King, which is a small gym, to do some preseason stuff maybe 3 times a week once football ends. Really puts us behind the 8 ball. Seeing the other schools right now, they're playing in fall leagues and preparing for the season, and I haven't even really gathered the boys together but for one meeting. We're losing 7 seniors. You know, we point out Joe Boatwright and Michael, but there were other 5 guys that have worked extremely hard in practice, and a lot of them got a lot of playing time. We played a lot of guys last year. So we're definitely going to have a new look this year. You can never replace a 3-point shooter like Michael. Unbelievable. We have to have someone step up. That's the bottom line. And we have a lot of people that are capable, but it's truly going to have to be more of a team effort this year. I don't think we're going to have one true standout player. I think it's going to be a combination of maybe 3 or 4 guys, and it can be 3 or 4 different guys at a given night. Again, we're going to have a lot of seniors, and I think that's what makes a team have some success. They have that mixture of some senior leadership along with some underclassmen that are going to hopefully be able to step up as well. So in terms of pointing out one senior right now, again, without having any preseason workouts, it's going to be tough to tell. But obviously I have a couple in mind that I hope do step up to the plate. In terms of, we look at our JV team, they had 1 loss against a very good Green Tech team last year. So they have a lot of talent, a lot of young kids that can play basketball. So again, stepping up to the varsity, it's a different level. We'll also have some transfer players that are coming in from other schools. So from a mixture of those transfer students and some of those very good players from the JV team, they're going to have to fill in that gap of those 7 seniors that we lost. Expectations are, I'm hoping for 500, believe it or not. I mean, we won sectionals 2 years ago, won our league last year, but now we're playing in the Bs, and I hope the boys realize that the level of competition in the Bs far exceeds the C division. Every night's going to be a battle. I look at our schedule, and we could legitimately start the season 0-5 if we're not ready to play. We're playing very good teams like a West Hill, which is always in the States, Bishop Grime, SAS. These are all teams that are very good. So if we're not on our game, kids got to realize it's not going to be a cakewalk. We don't have a lot of the easy, the cupcake type teams that you would play in the C's. Every night's going to be a battle. So again, I'm hoping for around 500. If we do better than that, tremendous. And then, but it's going to take a lot of hard work. Are we capable? I think so. But the boys have to understand it's going to be a long season, and we're going to take one game at a time.
Next we have Janice Chafla and LaRasia Golden's video. Now that we're all settling into our new school, LaRasia and Janice shows us what a typical morning is like for a media student here at ITC.
What class you got? You got medium. Alright.
Let's get out there.
After we record, this is where the magic happens.
Thanks, Janice and LaRasia. Speaking of our school, our next video project by Chris Givings, giving us an update on our gym construction project. Chris spent some time interviewing our principal, Mr. Williams, asking him how the construction project is going and when the gym will be finished.
It looks good to me.
It do. Should be in there soon.
Oh, so Friday.
I think the school construction is coming along really well. That you see in front of you, the gym floor, that'll be in within the week. So that's just before Veterans Day, or excuse me, before the end of the month. And then we'll have this gym by Thanksgiving. We'll be able to have our homecoming and the opening of the new ITC facility. It's called the C part of the project. It's the gym, the front entrance, and the locker room. So that's the part of the school that's still under construction. And then again, will be completed just before Thanksgiving.
I would say that it's better than it was before. We're still on target to have the building substantially completed by Thanksgiving, and we're still on target to have our first basketball game here December 4th against SAS. So definitely I think we're making progress, and as you can see where we are, new tile has gone down. The gym floor, if you hear that sound in the background, that's the sander for the gym floor, about to get stained and have the ITC logo put on.
See that Mr. Frontelli has just stepped into the side here. Mr. Frontelli, come on in real quick. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Frontelli's coming into the picture here.
Good morning.
Mr. Frontelli will actually have a gym so that you guys, when you complain about it being cold outside, won't have to go outside. So we'll be able to avoid a little bit of whining there. So that'll be good, and it'll be done by Thanksgiving.
Now it's really picking up. I think now that school has opened up, now that they're in new construction, that the pace has really picked up.
We wanted to get done. We want this to be our facility. We want people to get out of the way and leave us alone.
Our school will have identity that defines us as an academic preparatory institution. Woo!
Look how far we came.
Look how far we came.
Through the fire, I stood knowing we would reign. Feels like yesterday when all this was a dream.
Yesterday.
Through these Maybach curtains, I see how life has changed.
The Maybach music.
Look how far
I think I'm gonna dedicate this one to all the people that thought I wouldn't make it here.
I stood knowing we would reign.
Dream chaser.
It feels like yesterday when all this was a dream. Through these Maybach curtains, I see.
Thanks, Chris. And now to the video produced by Jenny Chafla and Daquan Green. Jenny and Daquan show us a neat project done by Mrs. Jordan's science class. Students were asked to make a three-dimensional cell. Ms. Jordan encouraged her students to be creative in their material that they use to make the cells. Let's check them out.
So the objective was for the students to make a 3D cell so that they could become aware of all of the organelles found within the cell. The only requirement was that it had to be 3D, and there was a list of organelles that they had to include, depending if they chose a plant cell versus an animal cell.
This is right here is my project about the plant cell.
Okay, this is my plant cell. We had to make it for a living environment. Now everyone's cell is different because the organelles move in the, what is it called, cytoplasm or something like that? Yeah.
Thanks, Daquan and Jenny. Some of these cells look good enough to eat.
To you? You can eat some cells?
It depends on what kind of cells it is.
Chad Royal and Michaela David had the opportunity to shadow a professional photographer at an SU football game.
Here's the video explaining their experience.
On October 6th, at the Pittsburgh Panthers versus Syracuse Orangemen football game, we shadowed the photographer.
His name was Frank Ordonez. He has been photographing the SU games for more than 15 years, as well as working for the Post-Standard.
We were right on the field and were treated just like professional photographers.
He gave us tips and more information about what his job entails.
Our job, other than taking photos, was to keep up with the professional, carry his spare camera, and bring the photos to the press box so they could be posted directly to Syracuse.com.
Our teacher, Mr. Lacey, was in charge of posting the pictures online and tweeting about the photos that were posted.
We got to see the players up close and personal.
You had to be aware of the action because you could have gotten ran over by an oncoming football player if you stopped paying attention for a split second.
The experience gave us a taste of what it would be like to be a sports photographer and gave us a feel for the importance of time management.
Next we have Krisha Gray's video. This is the first part of the video feature called Tech Cubed. Enjoy.
Good morning, I'm Krisha and this is Tech Cubed, a brief segment here in our news show, Tech Edition. So I know what you're thinking, why name it Tech Cubed, right? Well, cubed is actually an acronym. Basically, an acronym is where a word's initial consists as abbreviations for other words. You'll be seeing a lot of this cube, so get ready. So it goes like this. Tech Cubed is C for cinema, a brief rundown of movie reviews to see what's hot and what's most definitely not. U for universal, as in around the world and back again, where we'll explore different places and their cultures. B is for Bookworms Unite. This is where I'll do a review of all things literature. For you English students, if you want to review a novel, this is the place to be. And E is for Everybody Loves a Little Entertainment, and it's a plus if it's also educational. And D is finally a little trivia with Did You Know? Jump starting off with cinema. So everybody's been going on about Paranormal Activity 4 and how amazing it is. I went to go see it last Saturday and it most definitely did not make the list. A pure waste of money. People, it was $10.50 too much. And rated R, more like rated PG-13 at best, but I'll admit the last 20 minutes were pretty good. It's just sad that it took over an hour to get that way. So in conclusion, I give it a solid 3 stars for overall planning and grand finale, but may I suggest if you have to go see it, catch it at half price on demand. Off to Universal. If you can go anywhere at all, where would you like to go? Me, personally, I head off to Tokyo, Japan, where I'd say konnichiwa in this culture breakdown. For all those who don't know, the capital of Japan is none other than Tokyo, which back in 1867, it was known as Edo. Japan's official language is of course Japanese, but did you know they have 2 major languages spoken there, which are also English and Chinese? Food for thought. And on to my personal favorite, book reviews. Today's book selection is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. City of Bones is the first novel in the Immortal Instrument series. The novel immerses you into a world where magic and witches and warlocks collide. A fantastic alternate universe. It starts you off with an engaging character, Clary Frey. Our run-of-the-mill teenager is thrust into a world of magic she never knew existed. She may become... As the story progresses, Clary is given the task of not only finding the truth of her missing mother, but also finding the truth out about herself. On to entertainment. So, here's 2 educational jokes of the day. So Isaac Newton was sitting under a tree when an apple fell on his head, and he discovered gravity. Isn't that just wonderful? Yeah. But if he was sitting in class looking at books, like us, he wouldn't have discovered anything. Tee-hee. So here's a little math problem. A man is talking to God, and the man says, God, how long is 1,000,000 years? And God responds, to me, it's about a minute. So the man says, God, how much is $1 million? And God responds, to me, it's a penny. So the man says, God, may I have a penny? And God says, wait a minute. Tee-hee. So, did you know the first winner of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire used his only lifeline to call his father to tell him he was going to win? Ain't that something? Well, that's all for today. I'm Krisha, and you have been cubed.
Last, we have a video of upcoming events by Talia.
Well, that's all for today. I'm Kaisi.
I'm Kareem.
And this is Tech Edition. Have a nice day.